Alright. So you gotta squeeze it together, which is, it's not hard, but it's kind of tough to do, because stuff doesn't really bend very nicely. And also it does stick very good. You get that on there if you need to like slide it down or whatever, but how I made it is like pretty much perfect on there. And a little another tip when you're doing this, if you squeeze it here like that, it'll make it stick better, and then you can just go like that if you need to make sure all the things are tight. Just toss this in my little can over here, little garbage thingy. Alright, then you take the tape. Yes, get 3 probably the same size pieces would be best, but really it doesn't matter if one's longer than the other, because you're just going to put tape on it to hold it together. So, I guess about that long, just about that same length, so 5 inches. Sorry if I'm going out of range again. That was my sidekick, someone just sent me a text message, so ignore that sound. Alright, how I like to do this, because I said I already done this before, is start like right over the crack, like line it up, and you start on the inside, that way the little seal doesn't show, and pull it as tight as you can, that way it really holds together, and then as you see it's a good circle, obviously, since it's round tubing. So then you have to get 2 more pieces like that. I'll show you how I apply them. So you use as little tape as possible, since this tape is kind of expensive. But, you know, it doesn't really matter. But, of course, the point of this project is to save money. They don't care about money, you just go out and buy $50. Same exact thing that you can get for 5, but whatever. Also, just a little thing I forgot to tell you. The tape wasn't included in the $5 budget. I already had the tape at home, so you're going to have to buy that also. Alright. Stick that there. Do the same thing. Just tightly wrap it around. So then, see how I did it like that? And you just have the middle. So it looks pretty good. Okay? But I'm going to tape off the middle. Just saying, it'll look good once it's all taped off. And as you can see, I'm using the actual tubing stuff to measure where I'm going to cut it, because it's pretty accurate measurement for the circumference or whatever it's called. Alright, I don't feel like doing mouth right now. Whatever. So, do that. Pull that tight around, just like every other time. If you need to, just pull your little hair out. If you got one of them loose hairs getting stuck in the tape. I've got long hair, so whatever. It's not really long, but it's like skater size. Whatever. Alright. Since I said I already did this before, you're going to do the same thing up here with the what's it called, the insulin and the tape, but I have already done this before, so you don't want to do the full thing. Well, in my opinion, you only want to do about to here, just enough for your hand, and also it'll leave this hole exposed, which is pretty good if you want an extra, which I will tell you about, but I do not have at this moment. So, and this part can just slide right off, so it's like that. And then you hold it. This hole right here, and this little gap, will allow you, if you want, like, go to Radio Shack or whichever place you want to go, get a little cheap light that'll attach to a tripod. You can stick it right there. It'll be really good for skating. Or kind of. Depends on, of course, the light. So then, you gotta stick this, the little tripod connector, there. And you're done. You've got yourself a little skater handle. You can hold it either this way, whichever way you want. Even, I think this is pretty cool. If you take that off, you can even screw it to a board like that, a skateboard. Have your camera on here, just like they do. You just put a stick onto the back and just push it. That way you get a nice smooth roll. And then just open it up in whatever video editing program, flip it over. It'll look really neat. And then it'll also be very steady and not as bad. But alright, so yeah, you've got that Velcro, little tripod screw, the little space for the light if you want to do that. I'm probably going to do that, but I have to find a good one that I really want, because I've heard things about the one from Radio Shack, the $5 one. I heard it breaks a lot, so I'm probably not going to get that one. So, yeah. And as you can see right now, I'm just sticking that in there, in the gap. That way it stays on better right now, since I made it slide off. Give you a little more room for the light if you get a bigger one. It'll be like that. Alright, now I'm going to turn off the video since I'm recording this with my video camera. And then I will put it on here and then take a picture of what it looks like. Alright.